What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, we're playing a little bit more of Myst Survival because this game actually enchanted me a little bit. I was pretty happy with it. I played that last episode and had a really good time. So, regardless of its reception, I feel like I should put another episode into it. I want to play more, and that's usually a really, really good sign. I don't actually hesitate saying that I'm kind of excited to see where this game goes, because as far as the atmosphere and the way the game just sort of presents itself to the player, I'm pleased. I'm happy with how it's going right now. So anyway, let's dive back on in, see if we can find any cooler resources, any fun stuff to do right now. We've got ourselves a new base inside that little cabin over there. We haven't found any survivors or anything of that nature, but I do think there's probably still some things to pick through. Like, there's some scrap over here that we missed. We got some components. We can't go inside any of these, like, RVs or trailers or anything, which is kind of a bummer. I wish that we could, but, that's life. Do I see bullets right here? That's rifle ammo. That doesn't help me. I don't need rifle ammo. I need pistol ammo. We've got a 1911 right now that fires 9mm, and I don't know how I feel about that. Should be 45, but I'm willing to make an exception because this thing was putting down zombies like it just didn't care. So let's go ahead and search through some of this stuff and see how it goes. Oh yeah, this little area down here doesn't really seem to be that fruitful of a scavenging area. There are some things around that I think are going to keep us fed for the interim. But we've got nighttime coming along, and it raised a concern in my mind that we don't exactly know what's going to happen when nighttime gets here. I also have not entirely figured out how to sleep yet. So what I would like to do is, as far as our crafting goes, I would love to make a bedroll. I'm thinking that's probably the way that you sleep. I'd also like to figure out some kind of solution to maybe sealing off the place where we're living right now in order to stay safe. So let's put that in motion. There does seem to be some kind of like blockading or stockading mechanic that they put in the game where you can like board up windows and try to make yourself safe. I don't know how attacks work if you're like in the dark and like by yourself and just like waiting for things to happen. If it's just going to let you safely bypass that amount of time, or if you can be woken up by incursions and like monsters coming around. I don't know if they're going to be free-flowing during this experience. It looks to me like they've already barricaded off a big chunk of the base. And we do have some light storage in here where I've put some things. So we've got some lashings right there. We've got a little bit of food. I don't think it's going to stack, but then again, I don't think we need it to stack for right now. I think in this episode, it's probably a good idea that we try to find a way. Is there another storage area around here, or was that like legitimately the only spot where I could store things? That might represent a problem. Can we loot this car over here? Was this car a functional vehicle? It's not. So I think we're going to have a storage shortage in this area. Let's see. I'm going to go back, and I'm going to pick up all of our bedroll stuff. And after I pick up all the bedroll stuff, I think I'm going to make the bedroll. So all we really need to bring back are, like, the feathers. And after we bring back the feathers and we bring back the cloth and the sewing kits, we should be able to just get that done. I did kind of want to take a second and see, can we chop a tree? Oh, we can. Nice. So the trees actually degrade when you chop them. So that's how we're going to get our hands on more wood as well. The worst case scenario is that we make ourselves kind of like a little tent outside. We make ourselves a lean-to. And then from there, we kind of just hope for the best. We got any, like, what is that right there? A stone? Okay, I don't need that. But let me move some stuff around right now. And once I've got everything moved around, I'll feel much more comfortable and safe about the possibilities of bedding down and just making ourselves kind of rest for a little bit. We have enough food. We have enough water. We have enough of pretty much everything. So all we really need to do is move stuff around. So we've got all this stuff now. It was just a short little jaunt. I was actually kind of surprised that I was able to find my way back. It wasn't too hard. But what we need to do now is we need to craft this bedroll. So, bedroll, where you at? Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll craft one of those right now. It's going to take 60 minutes to get done. Obviously, that's going to negatively affect our fatigue, our thirst, our hunger, all that kind of stuff. We're at about 4 in the afternoon right now, which has me a little tiny bit worried. I assume we just lay this down like that right there. Yeah, looks like it. I don't know how we rotate this. It looks like we just press the Q key. So I'll probably just put this... I don't know if putting it near a window is a really good idea. No, we're not going to... Oh, we actually... Okay, so we carry it like it's an item where we sleep. Okay, I thought it was going to be like a deployable, but you actually, like, use it. Okay, so, like, it doesn't stay on the ground. I was kind of hoping that it would. With barricading windows, I don't know exactly how that works, but I've seen people do it in, like, random trailers and whatnot. We have a lot of exposed space over here that makes me kind of nervous about the possibilities of, like, entry from our enemies. I think they're going to be able to get in here. I do think it's a good idea to maybe eat some food. We'll go ahead and knock out some hunger real fast, and then I'll probably drink that right there, too. That looks good. I feel solid about that. We'll sleep a little bit later. I do need to go through this food and kind of get rid of it, but for now, I think we've got a little bit of time left on the clock to sort of explore and look around, assuming that the fog doesn't roll in again. Like, there's only a couple of things that roll. There's fog, the tide, the thunder, if you're a Garth Brooks fan. When the thunder rolls and the lightning strike, burn, the love go. On a sleepless night, and the storm is in. My mom was a big Garth Brooks fan growing up. Honestly, my mom was a fan of pretty much any and all country when I was growing up, which is why you can see that I sort of have a natural aversion to country. It's like the only music that I was allowed to be exposed to for a long time, against my will. Now I like to rock out, you know what I mean? I like to get that, can I open up the back of this truck? I like to get that metal flowing, you know what I mean? That's the part that I like best now. That's the good stuff. But back then, kind of the way she goes. I don't think anybody's going to be obeying that stop sign anymore. Are any of these cars, like, lootable? There's kind of like a... Yeah, I was going to say, there's a little bit of a... Ooh, cigarettin'. All right, we'll take the cigarettes. That's fine. Those stack, so I'm not really too worried about taking those on board either. This car doesn't really have a whole lot going on. Oh, dude, I should have brought my gas can with me. I could be siphoning off of all these cars. But we do have, like, civilization over here. Every now and again, civilization just says, like, I'll stay right here. I know the song that comes from is making the opposite point, but don't judge me, Internet. Don't judge me. I've got an axe. Hopefully I can avoid getting punched to death. It seemed like the infected are pretty gnarly. Like, they're kind of like bad dudes. They can hurt you like no problem. We got some gloves right there, tactical gloves. They're very bad protection, but that's better than no protection. We've also got some booze right there. We can make a Molotov cocktail out of it. That sounds all right. And see, these people follow the law. They put the booze in the trunk where it belongs. Let's see here. Nothing in the trunk right there. A couple of things of rags over here, though. That sounds pretty good. A little bit of scrap. Take that. Let's kind of canvass the outer area for a second. Oh, this place has its own water supply, too. They got their own little... It's a stagnant lake. But, I mean, hey, never turn down an opportunity to maybe gather yourself a little bit of resources if you need to. The barn door opens. She allows us inside. Okay. This might not actually be a terrible place for a base either. This has a lot more storage by comparison to the last place. Honestly, I keep finding right about the time I say I'm going to bed down and stop running around all willy-nilly. I don't know who Willie was or even what it had to do with Nilly, but I'll take all those goodies. Let me get them. Let me get all these little things. A little bit more right there, a little bit more right there. We can take the wood. Okay. Can we loot the toolbox? No. A crafter's toolbox. Yeah, it might be worth it just to use this place instead. It's got these big, thick doors. There's no door on the side right here. Is that something that I can possibly barricade up myself? Like, let's say that we want to barricade a door over here. How hard is that? Maybe that's not barricadable. We can't pick that up any more than we already have. Maybe we'll use this place as like a central loot repository now that we're full. Like, we'll just throw everything we have inside of some of these drawers. We'll come back and pick it up later, possibly. That might be the best way to do this. We can put the gloves on. That'll save a little bit of space, but not a lot. Still got some matches. I'm going to keep the knife with me just in case because we need that for butchering. The bottle and the booze can go, though. That's good. I mean, that file cabinet right there provides us with like an insane amount of space. So it might be worthwhile. How much fatigue do I have left? I got like half? Okay. I mean, the nice thing about a bedroll is we can basically deploy it wherever we want, whenever we want. There's really no reason for us to have like an established base that we're living inside of. Door opens. That's a good sign. Duck at the tape. I'll take the duck at the tape. I'll take the soda as well. Filing cabinets over here look like they've already been rifled through. Bathroom over here's got a bandage. That's a nice acquisition, just in case we end up with a gnarly little bleed. Nothing sitting around out here. Really, all that I want is pistol ammo. That's what I feel most dedicated to. I'm actually a big fan of being on the second floor. 7.62 and rifle ammunition. Definitely take both those. Another sewing kit. Another cola. Nothing that, like, I'm super... Oh, batteries. Those are useful. Yep. When the world ends, those 9-volt batteries, everybody's going to want a piece of those. Those are going to be important to just about everybody attempting to survive in this environment. Well, if we ever find a rifle that uses 7.62, we almost have a full magazine for it. Almost. As far as equipment goes, can I just throw those on? Do they oh, they do. They show up on my character's hands. Nice. That was something that I was specifically checking for, is if I put those on, will they be on my character? You guys know me. You've been here for a very, very long time. You know that's one of my pet peeves. If your character is wearing something, it should show on the HUD, and it should show on a ragdoll somewhere, and it should show in-game. And it does. We're now wearing gloves, so there you go. Probably more apparent if I wield a pistol. Let's put the pistol on so you can see what the tactical gloves look like with the little rubber knuckles on them. Yep, there they are right there. We are now officially operator status. We were not an operator before, but we are an operator now. Grab those. Another rag right there. Nothing else, though. This area is looking a little picked through. Let's go back to our gas station. We'll drop this stuff off, and then I guess we'll mosey on up the road that way, since it seems like this road is probably going to interconnect some of the more important spots in the topography. Inventory's all nice and unloaded, so we're ready to get back on the road again and start exploring. I'm going to close this door down. I don't think we'll sleep here, just because of that open door right there that I don't know what to do with it. That open door right there strikes me as being a tiny bit precarious, and I'd rather not take the risk. We got a little camper shell over there, a little tent trailer. We had one of those when I was a kid. That's how we went camping. We had like a little tent trailer thing that got pulled behind the truck. We camped in tents for a long time, but my mom is not necessarily like a huge camping lady. She likes the creature comforts of home. I actually prefer tent camping. I find that it's more fun when you do it that way. Just me personally. You know, I'm a classical guy. What's the point in camping if you're not going to be out in nature? You know what I mean? I like having a tent, maybe with some mesh sides on it so I can look out on the valley or the lake or wherever it is where I am. Enjoy just kind of the scenic view while I slumber. But some people aren't into that. That's fine. Some people got RVs and things like that. It's not for me. But, you know, using a toilet is pretty sweet. Man, what does this little place have? We are seeing a little bit of copy pasta when it's coming to some of the assets that they're using, like these little hunting camps or these little, I guess, camping areas. Well, that's okay. As long as they're full of loot, I don't really care what they look like. As long as they've got loot, I am a happy individual. This one's seeming like a bit of a strikeout, though. I'm not seeing a whole lot around here. There's some stuff in the trash, but nothing to write home about, in my opinion. Wood. Might need that. Might become useful. You never know what you're going to need as time rolls along. Another one right there. It's kind of interesting that those boards are lootable, but these like fence planks over here are not. You ever think about that in video games? Just kind of the arbitrary nature of like what can be looted versus what cannot. Some games go full on like physics mode with it, and they'll have items you can drag and drop around and just move to your heart's content. This doesn't strike me as being one of those games, though. What's up with this big compound over here? What's up with this thing? What this thing do? A few more rifle bullets. Okay. Take them. A few more components. I don't think we found anything. Oh my god, it's a bear. Oh my god, it's a bear. No me gusta. I don't like this at all. Nope. I'm not trying to get chased by a bear right now. Bear, if you could just go away. I think we're toast, man. You won't go up the stairs right now. Oh, dude, no. All right, smack this fool. It's a bear. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. You ain't joking. You ain't joking. It's a bear, it said. You lost items while you were unconscious. Apparently, I'm also stuck swinging. We do have bandages, so I can use these for treatment. We can do that. There we go. And then I've got a severely wounded leg. Alright, well, it's the night after the bear attack, and we're not doing super swell, but I think it'd be a pretty good idea to just rest it off. I walked around for a little bit, but I'm walking so slowly that I feel like it's probably not going to work out great for me. Let's go ahead and sleep for like 8 hours, and we'll just kind of see what happens. Oh. There's enemies here. Apparently, I'm still wounded. I got to change my bandage real fast. Let's go ahead and we'll, do that right there. Recover that real fast. Apparently, it's also cold right now. Can I try again? Yeah, let's try again. Okay, well, it's daybreak. So we've survived another one. We're still pretty wounded, all things considered. It looks like the bandages have to be changed, I think. And we don't have any more bandages. So, like, it doesn't look like we're bleeding. There's no bleed attached to either of those things. But we are still pretty slow right now. Luckily, there's no mist. So we're still in this thing. Like, we're still in it right now. We're not in a great position, but we're in a better position than one would expect for how terrible a shape we're in. I did already loot the gas station over there just off camera. It had some boots in it, nothing else. There was a pair of boots that make us walk faster, which given the fact that we have kind of a nerfed walk speed right now, I think is fine. But I'm all out of healing options. We don't have like 2 boozes in order to make bandages. So we'll probably want to find that. Since we're not in the fog anymore, let's go ahead and head back over this way. It looks like the meter fills up on your wounded leg if you run on it. So I think something bad happens if you run on a wounded leg. I'm going to ditch all that right now. I don't think I need blueberries at the moment. But let's go up the mountain. I'm going to try and make sure that that meter on our leg never fills up. Otherwise, bad things are going to... Like, I got mauled by a bear, okay? I think in total... So I already looted that place right there. There wasn't a whole lot inside of it. There was an MRE and some boots, in case you were wondering. I probably shouldn't have done it off camera, but I did. And I did it kind of unapologetically. I feel a little guilty about it, but not really. A little tiny bit. Sorry, chat. We got another wheel over here, and we've got another car battery. We may be able to get that Mercedes up and working. It's all the way across the map now. Like, it's going to be a considerable walk, and I think our chances of actually getting there on this busted leg are not good. But with time, I think we'll bounce back. Put those in right there. So that gives us 3 tires and a battery. If we can get 1 more tire, I don't know what other parts are missing from the car, but there can't be that much more missing. I'm saying that knowing full well that it's possible. Oh, the bear is over there now. Okay, so that motel is off limits. We don't want to go over there. That's a mistake. Let's maybe go in a... God, I'm moving so slowly right now. Walk faster, you mook. Like, I don't really want to sleep it off, but at the same time, we may have to. It looks like the healing in this game is somewhat realistic. Like, I expected that once we bandaged it with how fast it was going up, like, I thought it was going to heal a lot faster. I was wrong. I made an assumption, which, you know, if your mom ever used that phrase, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So, like, my mom used to use that all the time when I'd be like, I just assumed that, and she'd be like, yeah, well, you know what they say about assuming. Not my favorite phrase, because I've been bludgeoned with it my whole life. But on this side, it looks like we have some kind of, like, lumberjack concert stage. Just in case lumberjacks are something that you're into, there's a lumberjack concert over here. There's also actually like a little F-250 over on this side, or like a little Dodge. That might be useful. A little Dodge Ram on this side. I think I'm going to go with the Mercedes, though. How much damage do you think it'll do to a bear if I hit it at like 60 miles an hour with a Mercedes? You think it'll kill the bear, or do you think it'll just make the bear angry? 2 questions, I think, there. Like, will it kill the bear? B, if the bear survives, will the bear just be super pissed at us? I don't know. What is this right here? An engine? Oh, dude, we found like a whole car engine right there? Nice, man. Okay. Well, let's go, like, strap some of these parts on that car that was all the way back over here. Dude, we got that car across the map, and through the wonderful powers of editing, you don't have to sit through the walk. that takes us all the way back over there. So I think that's a win-win for everybody. I don't think there's a problem at all. Aw, weak, dude. I was trying to sleep off my injury over here, seeing if 4 hours would do it. I think what happens is every time you get wounded, it goes up or down by a grade. So I was thinking of it just like you have a major wound, and that major wound goes away when the meter fills up. I think what happens is the major wound becomes a wound, and the wound becomes a slight wound, and so it actually takes you a pretty decent amount of time to heal. Unfortunately, we have fog right now, and I am not down with fog. I'm going to see if I can sleep through it, just to kind of save time, but there's definitely a zombie around. Hopefully that zombie does not become aware of us. If that zombie becomes aware of us, we got problems. And we slept through most of today. I can empathize with that. That's kind of the way that I live my life. But we've almost healed our busted leg, so that's good. Let's go fix this car. Good. Our car is on the horizon. It took forever to get across the map with this busted leg. You have no idea. It took me forever. Like, if you got a wounded leg, you're in trouble. So we need the engine. We can throw that in. Yep, go ahead and ratchet that thing on in there. Looks good to me. We'll go ahead and slap another tire on this thing. We're slowly assembling a car from nothingness with just our willpower to guide us. And then we'll throw a battery on this thing too, because why not? There we go. So all we need now is one more tire, one spark plug, and a jerry can. And I think we'll be in good shape. It's starting to actually look like a vehicle. We've only got one tire missing at this point. And then once we get that thing up, I think traveling around the map is going to get a lot easier. For now, we're back at our original home stomping ground. Anyways, back up at our base now. We've got like 8 bases, okay? I'm a bit of a base collector. I guess you could call me the base Epicurean, although that makes it sound like I'm kind of like a twisted follower of Slanesh, I guess. We got stuff in the trunk over here. There's 0.18 liters of gas in there that we could just dump into the car. I feel like we might as well pick up some of the stuff that we stored over here, like right this second. I think it's not too bad of an idea. Like, we haven't really had much of a chance to move things around the map yet. And I think just kind of filling up our backpack before we go. We got painkillers. Oh, I might be able to use those. Can I treat my pain with that? Like, if my wounded leg is busted, can I use painkillers to, like, temporarily... No. Okay, I was going to say, can I use painkillers to, like, temporarily suspend, like, the effects of having a broken leg so that I can run on it or something like that? I guess not, though. The animal fat is actually useful. We kind of need that, so I'm going to bring that with me. I don't know how we cure it just yet. I think we have to make, like, a tanning rack or something in order for it to work. But bringing some of this stuff back with us seems like a good idea if we're going to be crossing the entire map right now anyways. Well, you know, I like how this game is slow-paced in between the dangerous parts, though. It almost kind of reminds me of a first-person Project Zomboid. That's what it reminds me of the most, is almost like a first-person Project Zomboid, in that the game is not all action and explosions and crazy stuff happening. It's just got these periods where you're kind of running around trying to get stuff done, and you're just waiting for the next crisis to hit. And I like that about it, actually. I think that makes the game kind of fun. There's another car over there. We can see if we can siphon gas out of it. Fill the tank, I guess. Yeah, there you go. Put a little bit in the tank. We'll carry the can around with us. I guess we have all the stuff available to siphon off a tank of gas. It's actually harder than it looks if you don't have a hose or anything. This one, yeah, fill the can. We got gas inside this one right here. Yep, take it all. Get every last bit of that stuff. So we're almost up at 1 liter of gas right now that we've siphoned off. Oh, this one has spark plugs too. Ooh, yeah, let me get the spark plug. Let me have that. There we go. Oh, we're getting there. I didn't realize that had a spark plug inside of it. We just left that last time. Yeah, put the spark plug in. That's easy. You can just plug that in real fast. It's not in great shape. We'll have to find another one, but for right now, yeah, this car is starting to accumulate goodies. Like, it's starting to get there. A liter of gas ain't going to get us far, but allow us to relocate the vehicle. And if we're traveling in a vehicle, that gives us mobile storage for, like, other goodies. So we got an empty bottle over here. I guess that's below the earth. It's not letting me loot it, but we got some components right there. That looks pretty good. Well, damn, that kind of makes me want to check some of the cars that are up by this camping area and see if maybe I left anything inside of there, because the spark plug isn't super bright with the tooltip or whatever. It's not super bright with the icon, so, like, I didn't even notice that. It was kind of a bit of a sleeper. Well, we have a spark plug now, so that's good. Well, let's check some of these cars over here. Maybe we'll be able to do something with them. This hobbled leg is really starting to cause me some grief, though. Yeah, we can fill up the gas can from right here for sure. Absolutely. There we go. We're almost self-healed. I don't think we checked any of that stuff, but there was nothing inside of that car that looked like it was going to be useful right this second. We can get back on the road again, though. Don't jump off of stuff. There is fall damage in this game, and it is quite severe. Fall damage in this game is not playing around with you. Like, fall damage will definitely poop in your cornflakes, okay? Just be aware that if you don't want your cornflakes flatulated on, don't go throwing yourself off any cliffs. It will end up in a disappointing situation for you, for me, for everybody involved. And we don't want disappointing situations out here at the Nerd Castle. We want happy situations. All right? We want situations that resolve themselves in a satisfying demeanor. Oh, I hurt myself. Oh, dude, I wasn't paying attention. Well, now we're dead. I'm definitely going to die. We opened up the wound, and I don't have any bandages. I would suggest they should take this recipe right here and just make it rags, maybe. But yeah, we're toast. Yup. We're going to bleed to death. Weak. Okay, so what that means is I need to store my stuff inside of a trunk here because it gets looted when you die and you just permanently lose the goodies. So everything useful needs to go inside the trunk. Like some of the stuff that I can afford to lose that I don't care about can stay in my inventory. But the good stuff, by and large, needs to go in my trunk. Otherwise, when I die of this bleed, we're going to lose it all. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. And the bleed is not going to go away on its own. So that's a bit of a downer. We will just be aware of the fact that we stored some stuff in this car over here. And then if I can get over here and store all the rest of the stuff on us, I think we'll be okay. Kind of depends if there's a lootable car over here. I was talking, and when I talk, my brain doesn't get enough oxygen, so I do stupid things. Like, give myself a horrible bleed that's going to be super fatal. There you go. Fun stuff to think about and reckon with. My name is Splattercat. This is Mist Survival. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I like this game a lot. I'm actually having way too much fun with this game right now. Like, way, way too much fun. Still, I think it's a game worth checking out. It's pretty enjoyable. I wonder if I can get away with just chucking this stuff on the ground so that I don't lose it when I die. Like, all the other stuff that I've chucked on the ground has stayed. So maybe that stuff will stay too. I should have bound myself to that house over there so that I'll respawn closer. Damn. Ah, well. Welcome to the way life works. Sometimes you don't get a happy resolution. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for hanging on out. How you doing? Take care, everybody, as I slip slowly into the black. Good night, sweet prince.